liberty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Alleluia to the hero who brought the lonely gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, flowing with the holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
I am non-violent with those who are non-violent with me. But when you drop violence on me, then you have made me go insane. And I am not responsible for what I do. Anytime that you know that you are within the law, Ambazonians, within your legal rights, within your moral rights, in accord with justice, then die for what you believe in. Die for what you believe in, but don't die alone. Let your dying be reciprocal. That is equality. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And so it is very clear. Whenever anyone is going after something that belongs to him or her, anyone who is depriving you of the right to have that something which is yours is a criminal. Whenever you are going after something that is yours, you are within your legal rights to lay claim to it. And anyone who put forth any effort to deprive you of that which is yours, they are the ones breaking the law. They are the criminals. Revolutionary greetings, my fellow Ambazonians. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may find yourself today in the world. To our captives in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon, una place day. to our people, the nationalists scattered all over the world. Una place day. To our refugees in the refugee camps, under their own guise, living under their own guise, whether in the bushes internally or externally, una place day. And to the best of us, to the people who set the standard for what an Amazonian should be, those whose sacrifices can never fully ever be told, those who stand between the lion and our people, who stand between the terrorist occupation forces and our people, those who confront the evil that is the junta in Yaoundé, governed by Mr. Paul Biya bin Vodo, our revolutionary fighters, our men and women who are laying all in their on the line, that Ambazonia may yet free, that future generations will never suffer under the yoke of slavery. Our fellow liberation fighters will not place them over thee. To my brother in jail, the CIC, your place day, my brother. Your place day. My fellow Amazonians, we are a week out where we come together, put our hands together and show faith. And show faith in the ambition of our country by doing all in our power, contributing not only our time, not only our voices, but only our economic power for the revolution of our country. And as I speak to you from north to south, east to west, the members of the Amazonian Defense Forces are in action. My fellow Amazonians, you are liberation fighters from north to south, have been in action since the last time that I met you. They are sending a message that is timeless. A message that the annals of history has sung without ceasing. Prehistoric message, the message of liberation that has been the lifeblood that have driven the history of man from time immemorial. That's why we know we will succeed. That's why our fighters are succeeding on the ground. That's why no people united can ever be defeated in the land of their birth. For the arc of history has shown us that the journey of mankind is a journey towards liberation. liberation is never defeated. Liberation has never been defeated by time. From the Hannibals from the Judas Iscariot to the Hannibals, from the high priest in the temples in Israel to the Hitlers, to the Norwegians today, to the South Africans, liberation has never been defeated. And as Martin Luther King said, the arc of the moral universe bends towards justice. But that arc does not bend of its own will. The arc bends because people of courage have always grabbed it and bend it, twist it towards justice. And that has been the arc of human civilization. And today, on that arc, are the grip of millions of Amazonians gripping it, and we are seeing it bend, whether in jail or out of jail. We have grabbed hold of that arc of liberty, and we are never letting go. My fellow Amazonians, maybe that is a message that some of you have not yet internalized. That the crooks in Norway have not yet internalized. That the barbarians in Yaoundé have not yet internalized. If they haven't, let me make it clear to them. The Amazonian people have grabbed a hold of the arc of liberty. And come rain, come high water, we are going to bend that arc of liberty towards justice. Our mandate is clear. Give us liberty or give us death. And if you don't believe me, then believe the actions of our men and women who day in, day out are putting their lives on the field. For the past month, I have been singing to you in my daily briefings of the absolute mayhem our forces have been bringing on the terrorist occupation forces. Today has been a very hot and bloody day in our Banda military district. It has been hot and a very, very bloody day, a bloody week. And I want to thank our commanders, the major generals, who have been leading from the front, from the weapons to the major JCs, to the slow poisons. All of you commanders of our military brigade in Bamenda, you have gone above and beyond the call of duty. You have looked the terrorists in the eyes and faced them. And some of you have borne the land with your blood. But the enemy has heard you. I want to thank our people for receiving the instructions and following the instructions of contacting our forces anytime that the terrorists of La République have locked down neighborhoods and are carrying acts of inhumanity in those neighborhoods. A few days ago, around the Brazzaville area, La République du Cameroun unfolded a death squad. The squad that causes crimes against humanity, that humiliates our people by asking them to rob themselves in open sewers on the streets, raping of women, asking fathers to stand and watch as their wives and daughters are raped, and then they are raped by paying monies for their release. I had to thank the actions of our commanders in the Banda Brigade, who very quickly, sent in a relief squad into the area around Brazzaville. In battles there, where a couple of them were wounded, they sent La République's death squad on their heels, and they even abandoned some of the taxi cabs that they had promised to protect. Taxi cabs who were out there disobeying the law of the land, not to carry the colonial yellow color on the streets of Bamenda. I want to thank our forces and the actions that they took to secure the lives of the innocents while sending a message that laws are never going to be allowed to be broken once the forces on the ground have spoken. Let me use this opportunity to once more ask our people to protect their life and protect their property, making sure that they don't look to the occupiers for protection that will never come. We are masters of our own destiny, the masters of our faith, the owners of our land. La République is a foreign occupier. You follow them, you are in contravention of the laws of the land. Anything that befalls you will be your own fault, because we don't hide, we educate. Some of you might take what I am saying as a threat, but it is my obligation to you, our Ambazonian people, to point out what is dangerous to you, so that you listen and you don't put yourself and your property in danger. I don't do that, then I am at fault. I don't do that, then that is a terrorist. Because you allow people to go out blindly and then you attack them. So once more, do not put foreign number plates on your cars. Once more, do not trade in contrabands, in brasseries drinks, economic activities that are used to fund the war of genocide and ethnic cleansing that is going on in our land. when the forces tells you the areas that they are in action and that they will be in action within, and that there is a lockdown because of that, respect it. Don't put yourself in danger. My fellow Amazonians, today has been very, very bloody in and around our Mesa military district, our Banda military district. In an ambush, that our forces ambush one of these death squads moving around the town and harassing our neighborhoods as they look for money, the extortion of money to celebrate their Christmas and New Year in their land. Our forces confronted them at the roundabout. Mines were exploded. People in Bamenda might have heard those sounds as their armored cars were crippled, and our forces battled them around hospital roundabout. At the same time, in Mile 90, there was gunfighting as our forces confronted one of these brutal checkpoints that had been set up, and also around the Tarinkun Park, where they had set up a catch, kill, torture, and embarrass control to extort our people. I want to be able to congratulate the Bamenda Command for the widespread deployment of our forces around town, around about my 19 Tarinkun brasseries, fighting in multiple areas, bringing hell to La République du Cameroon. As of this moment, I know that we have received some casualties. We are still evaluating the extent of the fighting. We are still in battle. And as it unfolds, I will bring to you the various updates that are necessary to bring. My fellow Amazonians, we are fighting a people who know no law and obey no law. They are one of the most recalcitrant and ungovernable states in the world. They broke all protocols, they broke all rules. They have no honor. And this was demonstrated amply in Abui military district, in Akambe area, in Boyo. I want to recognize Mr. State, Commanders Bullet, one man, for the actions that they took in Boyo, setting up an ambush for one of the death squads that goes into villages and carry out Ngabus-type massacres and burn down either whole villages or homes. My fellow Amazonians, our forces and liberation fighters confronted one of these death squads in Boyo. Landmines were exploded that had these rats jumping out of their vehicles and scurrying and to see a people without honor, to understand the type of asymmetrical fight that we are fighting, to see our forces implementing rules and regulations of war that are humane, that are internationally recognized, when we have not signed one treaty, and to see an army from a state, from La République du Cameroon, that has signed all international treaty, but is breaking all of them without any consequences, from the Europeans or the Americans, is heartbreaking. Our forces ambushed them. Our forces deployed pops on their armored cars. These thugs, these terrorists, jumped out of their cars and ran into a school. My fellow Ambazonians, did you know what these guys did? They removed all of the school children, put some of them in their armored cars, took some of them, and walked across that ambush. That is how this murder, that is how these people fight us. That is the level of dishonor that we face from those that have invaded our land. I want to thank Mr. State for the restraint of the forces, for the implementation of our forces' code of conduct in the battlefield, that there was not a bloodbath of school children lying on the floor. For our commanders in the Bui military district, just the same sort of dishonor that our forces faced in Boyo is the same thing that happened at Tamru, where a defeated, bloodied terrorist force from La République du Cameroon went into Tamru and massacred those who were unable to run away. 3 innocent Ambazonian civilians were gunned down. They were gunned down because Antaba, our forces, confronted the terrorists from La République du Cameroon. The battle was fierce. The battle was fierce. There were multiple casualties that these terrorists faced. Our forces could identify 2, could confirm 2 of them. But we know that they lost a lot of lives and they went into our villages and took it out of our civilians. My fellow Ambazonians, the state of our revolution is strong. Our fighters are going above and beyond the call of duty on the field. La République is trying to sell a message to the world of normalcy. The message of normalcy they try to sell does not tell the world that they kill our people, burn our villages day in, day out because of the defeats that are inflicted on them by our forces day in, day out on the field. They don't tell the world that they go in and use elementary school children as human shields in order to break out of ambushes. No, that's not the normalcy they want to tell the world. While the Norwegians who parade to the world that they have picked up somebody causing problems, while Miss Christine and their criminals in Norway try to parade as innocents, looking out for our people. They pick out those who prevent children to be emptied out of school, put in armored car and walk across minefields. Those are the people who are trying to prevent that they put in their jail. I hope Mr. Jonas Gestor is satisfied with the work that he is doing. I hope when he receives the news of the 3 kill and Tamru, of those that have been wounded around by the atrocities that are going on in Banda, those that have been extrajudicially executed this week and thrown on the streets, those that died at the Bafu torture chamber at the airport that La République du Cameroon has put. I hope Mr. Storr and Christine of the Norwegians, I hope when they go back, they have a great sleep. They sleep at peace. But one day we will have our justice. They will confront their makers and they will tell them what they did when the Amazonian people were undergoing genocide. They will respond to their actions. My fellow Amazonians, I once more want to pass on this message to our people. Every single village must have an early warning system put in place. That early warning system must also deal with the ill and the infirm. We are our neighbor's keeper. We cannot run away and leave our neighbors unaware and they are killed, those that are infirm. So every village must put an early warning system that notifies the village in advance of the approach of the terrorist forces of La République du Cameroon, so that the village can be evacuated and we don't receive this type of deaths that we have been receiving at Tamru and in Bamenda. Our people has been massacred within the past 2 weeks in about 5 villages within the Ndongabui area alone. I will start asking the forces, anybody who is a quarterhead in a village, our forces will start visiting villages, and the first question they will be asking the quarterhead is, what is their early warning system in the village? And those who have not put an early warning system in place will be penalized. Because those are the things, they are leaders in their communities and they must safeguard these communities from the terrorists that come from Yaoundé and La République du Cameroon. My fellow Amazonians, Just in regards to this, I want to reiterate our forces in Abu Military District were out sensitizing the population. Going out and doing that, they put themselves at risk. But people will not understand the full extent why our forces will go out and knock on doors and put themselves at this risk. Not confronting La République du Cameroon, but passing on a message to them. Because it is against our code of conduct to joke with one civilian life. We fight to protect our people, not to endanger them. So for those in the Bui military district, listen to the messages that have gone out. This La République sponsored event has been banned. Don't come out, don't do it. The extent of the seriousness is our forces on the streets telling you this. My fellow Amazonians, the state of our revolution is strong. But we need you. We need every single one of you to finish this job. No matter the difficulties, no matter you get up today and you hear that Mr. Benedict Kuah is dead, and every single member of the War Council is dead, you pick our baton and you march forward without fear, without favor. We have taken a simple stake in this revolution, and that our stake in it is liberty or death. That is it. That is it. So as our people gather next week to support our forces, as we turn the page of this year's liberation tax into next year, meet your obligation this year for your liberation tax. Come on board and put your name down as an Amazonian supporting our revolution. Because if you have any doubt, listen to the top. You are the masters of your own destiny, the owners of your land. You are not the criminal going after what is yours. The person preventing you from going after that is the criminal. They are the criminal. And what is good for the goose is good for the gander. That is why they kill us. We are going to wipe them, all of them, out of our land. And let me repeat this. If the Norwegians have not heard, if the Americans have not heard, if the world have not heard, the Amazonian people are not going to fight a war which rules are different from the rules that the Americans use to free themselves, from the rules that the Americans are using in Ukraine, from the rules that the Norwegians are backing in Ukraine and Afghanistan. And that rule is, if today the Russians get up and in all the occupied lands that they have in Ukraine, they appoint, Russia believes Ukraine is theirs. If the Russians appoint a governor of Kiev and send that governor and their entourage into Kiev, I beg you, they will be shot dead and executed on the streets. And those are not civilians under the law of war. They are not civilians. And so any governor, any DO, any La Republique representative in Ambazonia is not a civilian under the law of war. And we will go after them. You want to take me to the International Criminal Court of Justice because of that? Take me. We will go after every single one of them. Ambazonia is a land at war, and you cannot appoint governors in a war zone and you believe that they are civilians when they are massaging, oiling, facilitating the machine of war, genocide, and crimes against humanity. We will go after all of them. We will dismantle that machine that burned down Gabu, that burned down Bali, that burned down Mami Api. We will dismantle every single one of them. Every single one. Our people are not lambs to be slaughtered. They will not be slaughtered. And we will die 1,000 deaths before we allow our people, one after the other, our villages, one after the other, to be dismantled, destroyed, and our people burned in their homes without a response. Not on our life. You will give us liberty or you will give us death. All of this will end with La République du Cameroon getting out of our land. So Ambazonians, wherever you are, wherever you find yourself today in the world, do not for 1 second allow shake to enter you. Support your liberation. Protect your villages. Protect your people. Liberate your land. Liberate your land. When you feel the weight of this struggle pressing down on your shoulders, remember this. Every step you take forward, every sacrifice you make, brings us closer to the day when our land will be free, when our people will be sovereign, and our sacrifices will be honored. Stand firm, stand united, stand as one. For in our unity lies the promise of triumph. Let this moment of difficulty strengthen our resolve. And let history record that we together stood as the architects of our own destiny. My fellow Ambazonians, I leave you today forever forward, never backward. May God bless all those who have borne the land with their blood. May God bless Ambazonia.
Hail this land of glory. We the Ambazonians pledge our loyalty. Praise to our Savior who granted us the freedom. Allegiance to the hero who called the land we gather. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation flowing with earth and holy. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Ambazonia Defense Forces, the vanguards of the Ambazonia War of Independence. Welcome to ACN.